Now, when it comes to water, one other thing that a lot of people pay attention to, but there's other people that don't pay attention to at all, is water temperature. Do you monitor and or control the water temperature at all?
I do not. Like I said, I keep it in my tub. Um, I keep my AC on, so it's already roughly about 70 degrees in here. Honestly, I got an AC unit sometimes running, so it can actually get a little bit cooler. And your water temperature is normally a little bit cooler than your air temperature. So that was like one of the things when I first looked into it. They're like, "Oh, where are you gonna get a chiller at?" and all this, and I was like, "Oh man, I gotta need a chiller." You know what I'm saying? And that's when the dude's like, "No, dude, you don't need no chiller." He said, "Yeah, dude, your air temperature." He said, "As long as it's not starting off at 80 degrees, you know what I'm saying, you should be fairly decent." I said, "It should be around 70." He said, "Just try it out and see what happens." You know what I'm saying? That's my advice to anybody trying to do any of this. Just try it out and see what happens. So yeah, I mean, it just works for me.
I think that's a good way to put it, right? Try it out and see if it works because I've gotten that same feedback where it's like you need a chiller, you need to keep your water at a certain temperature. I had Daniel Fernandez, who's an expert on hydroponics. I had him on the podcast before, and he said 68 degrees Fahrenheit is optimal because it's the most dissolved oxygen. Once
Yeah,
you go higher than that, there's less dissolved oxygen, and you open up the risk of pathogens. So
yeah,
like high 70s, low 80s degree Fahrenheit, you could easily come across pathogens. Now, what I was doing first run was I was using frozen water bottle technique. So every day, once, sometimes twice a day, I was putting a frozen water bottle in there in order to go from the high 70s to the low 70s or even into the high 60s degree Fahrenheit. I was doing that every single day. And I, got to harvest. Second run, I didn't pay attention to water temperature as much. Again, I wanted to see what I could get away with not doing. And so I stopped using the frozen water bottle hack and I went most of the grow. Now, when I change out the reservoir, it'd go down to the low 70s, but it would quickly go up to the high 70s, sometimes touching that lower 80s. But I still got through the grow and had a successful run. So I really like your feedback there. Where you're like, try it out, see what happens. If you feel like you do need to eventually get a water chiller, which can be expensive, and of course you've got the electricity cost too, so that adds to the expense. But start off by not doing that, and maybe you want to start off by doing the frozen water bottles. Maybe that'll help you get in control. But there are a lot of things out there on the internet that you read or come across videos of people doing, and they tell you need to stay very strict within certain ranges, whether it be water temperature, pH, or EC. But you can actually go outside of those ranges and still be successful. So
it can fluctuate a lot more than what you, like you said, if you just Google it and these things tell you. It's almost scare tactics. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe it all. You know what I'm saying? So just try it. Uh, yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't worry about my temperature. Like I said, it's about 70 degrees in here, and so I already knew that your water should be roughly like a few degrees temperature. And I think, yeah, every time I went to go mix it up, and I was checking that I got the AC Infinity one that shows the temperature on it. It was like, yeah, 67, all this, all, you know what I'm saying? So I was like that, and then like I said, I was doing the water bottle, and I can't remember, like my schedule changed or something, where I think I was just rushing in and doing them. I knew I had my buckets, and I was like, it just totally slipped my mind. The water bottle thing just totally slipped my mind, and I was like, almost like a week into this, and I was like, oh man, I haven't done a water bottle. I was like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm lucky. And then I was like, I think I started doing them for the rest of that run, and it wasn't until the next run or something. I was like, man, I think it just was, you know what I'm saying, was doing good without the water bottles. And I was like, let me see what happens when it just starts off. And I'm under the impression too, these plants are like, they learn. So if you do a certain way and you're doing these certain temperatures, try to keep it the same the whole way. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? All these temperatures, if you keep it at this locked in this whole way, keep it locked in. If you're letting it fluctuate between here and here, just let it kind of fluctuate between here and here if you started off that way. Like I said, I think these plants, so they learn what is happening day in, day out. They're living things. Like I said, me, the way I grow is totally opposite the way people normally do it. I don't care about environment. I don't care about that. As soon as lights come on, everything opens up. Everything is open. I talk to my plants. I do all this. Like I said, to me, they're living things. I don't know if you've ever been isolated before. It's not fun. You know what I'm saying? To me, my plants, that's what I'm saying. I've gotten great results not worrying about all this other, what I call them, scare tactics, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the humidity on point. You gotta have this. And yes, if you're a grow facility and you're trying to make big business, you know what I'm saying, you probably do need to have it on point. But if you're doing this, your own medical plants, bro, trust me, you will have great results. Just doing it.
Well said. And one more thing about the water temperature tip I got from a viewer was if you are struggling with water temperature, look at positioning your air pump outside of the grow tent, for example, or outside of your grow space, because that air is coming in from the pump, right? So
Yes.
if your room is
If it's in
cool,
there under the
that
light.
cool air is coming
Yeah.
into your buckets. So yeah, I figured I'd mention that.
Yeah, another dude I've seen, which he has a different system. It's like a recirculating, but he actually made just like I think it was just plywood that he painted black or something around it. So it's like this contraption. He had like these little cutouts that he had these plants that come out, but his whole DWC was under this platform or something. It was crazy. And so I was asking him, that's overkill. And as he said, it gets extremely hot. He said he did this and it basically changed his whole grow. That he just had to block the lights from all the buckets themselves. And I think his air pumps and everything were down there, and it just changed the temperature enough to help him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no big overkill, something he had to do. There's a lot of DIY stuff that you can do that you can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what you think is happening. If it's the temperature, exactly. Block the light that's probably making everything hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I know people who wrap the buckets as well in order to try to keep the coolness within the buckets. That's another thing. Now, I don't want to make things seem like they're not a big deal when they could be. So if like you are running temperatures in the buckets that are like 80 degrees or in the 80s, you could come across those pathogens, right? So that risk is there. This clip is brought to you by VivoSun. Use discount code MrGrow15 to save on any of their gardening products. Go to the full episode by clicking the outro card here, or click the link in the description section below. Catch you in the next video.